Hello, beautiful people! Welcome to another exciting episode of your favorite podcast, The Journey Called Love. My name is Amela Daisy, and I give practical guides to doing relationship and love the right way. That's the God's way. It's a very great privilege to have you again on my show. I hope that you enjoyed last episode and I have been seeking consent for every activity that you have to do that has to do with other people. Right. If you've not listened to last episode, like some people that I know, well, you can still listen now. You have a chance. You have a chance to listen now, right? You can still listen first and then come back to or listen anyone that works for you, but please listen. And if you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I don't know. Will you be I don't know what to say, but please subscribe to my YouTube channel, right? And encourage your friends and your babes and all of them to subscribe as well. We need to grow this community and I cannot do it alone. I know. So please help my ministry. Alright. So today's episode is exciting for me. It's also spontaneous. I thought to share an experience I had recently and how I was able to navigate somehow and what I learned from it. Alright. So let's get right into it. So first of all, recently, like a lot of marriages have just been like they call it what now? Christian kingdom marriages. I know that there's also a trend going around and saying, if when celebrity get married, you target kingdom marriages. Where your brother in church get married, we will not hear anything. Plenty discussion and arguments and back and forth about that. So well, it is what you think it is. I don't really know. I mean, for issues like that, I don't really tend to have an opinion. I have an opinion, but I really don't share them. I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like everybody is, if this is what you think, let everybody just be fine with whatever they think. Well, that's by the way anyway. So yeah, celebrity marriages up and down. January it was Kune Remy. February we had Moses Bliss get married. March it was Theophilus Sunday's engagement that rocked. Everybody was he shook and shocked. And I think for me that was like the most shocking news ever. Like ever. I was shocked. I'm like, I had to double check. And then when I checked his wife, I'm like, your wife to be, as the case may be, I'm like, plenty comments. So I'm sure you had a nice time reading those comments as much as I did. Anyways, that's not the point of this episode. Okay, so because my experience is actually like in line with somebody getting married. So there is an Instagram influencer, he's a pastor as well, the pastor in the church I attend, that I follow. I've been following him for a while now. I think I actually last year, started following him last year, and I've been really impressed by how much he's doing. He's doing a lot. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's a pastor. He's also he does Instagram videos, content creation, and he's a lot. He's just a lot, and he's a very young guy. So I've been following him, and of course I've been like, oh jeez, I even sent him a DM one time like that's crazy, right? I know. Yeah. So he's single, he was single at that time, and it felt like, okay, let's just see. Honestly, I didn't have anything extra in mind. I mean, this is me being honest, but of course, I like the guy. Like, I used to call him my Instagram crush, or I call him my Instagram crush, right? And that was just it. Trust me, that was it. So, during the week, I got news of his engagement. I just opened my Instagram. I was even going there to do something else, right? And I just saw videos, pictures. I'm like, oh my god! And the thing that this particular person. It's always okay. He has content about relationship and marriage and love as well. He's a very wise guy, and I just felt like, and all of his recent content like nothing is suggestive. You would listen to him and you'll be like, okay, we are still in this single ship together. So it was a shock to me. But okay, so first reaction I was like, are you serious? Second reaction I was like, wow, this is so nice. I'm so happy for you, finally. Third reaction, I was like, who is the babe? I know this is really crazy. But yeah, I'm going somewhere. So I went to check the babe's Instagram. She's not really active on Instagram, and one thing I don't do is maybe follow the. I know a lot of people do that, So if the Sunday got engaged, and I already saw a lot of people going to follow his wife to be on Instagram. It's cool. I don't know the mindset behind that, but I don't do that because I just feel like, well, what's the point? To what end, right? So I just checked and went back, and somehow it triggered a lot of thinking in me. I just felt like God, that kind of God when thinking. And I wasn't depressed exactly, but I went into one kind of crazy mood like that, and I was feeling like, God, how far, that kind of thing. Like, how many, God, am I a spoon? No, it wasn't that bad, but right? I remember going to WhatsApp to talk to my sisters, and I'm like, guys, I got this news and I'm not feeling good. Actually, the thing is, it's not like I was feeling bad about the news. I was feeling bad from the news, something like that. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah. And it felt really bad. And I just thought to share because I know that there are so many people that have gone through situations like that are even going through situations. Maybe for you, it's not even somebody you don't really know, it's somebody very close to you. I mean, one of my friends is getting married in April, and I don't know, I don't feel bad. Trust me, in any way, I don't feel oppressed or depressed or what about people getting married. It's not like an every time thing, because one thing I believe, and one thing I also want to share to us, is that you have your own time. I thought, let me say this louder. You have your own time. There is time for you as well. There is time for you. So you have been saying congratulations. I want you to know that there is time for you as well. And one very great thing about it is that your time would never pass you by. When God says it is time, then it is time. And the reason why God is probably putting things on hold for now is for your good. Trust me. Like, I know that sometimes it can be overwhelming. I mean, like what I experienced, I know all of these things, all right, but it didn't stop me from feeling that way. But I was able to get through it almost immediately because I actually know these things. I know that there's a time for me. I know that the best is coming, or the best has come, and all of that. I know all of that. So just in case you don't know, I'm bringing it to your notice now, so that you know, and so that when you go through situations like that or similar situations, you are able to dust yourself and go again. All right, so there's a time for you. First of all, that's something to know. There's a time for you. I know it's like it's late. Like, okay, so one other thing that came to my mind in that moment was like, I know that God has a very great plan for me. I know that I'm going to have like a beautiful marriage, a beautiful family. I know, like that is already in my mind. I know, right? But I just felt like, when will it be? Like, it felt like the time was closing up on me, and it's looking like it's not impossible. God when? Yeah, but very sure, I will be very sure that when God's time is, they say God's time is the best, right? Yes, that is what it is. God's time is the definite best. So for some of us, God is putting things on hold because He wants you to be stable financially. He wants you to, and that's why you cannot afford to waste this free time you have. See, if you have not heard it before, hear it from me. Love, marriage, relationship, those things are time consuming, and they are a whole lot. I don't want to make it look like it's very bad, but they are stressful. They are resources consuming. You are going to have to dedicate your time to it. You're going to have to commit yourself to it. Not because the other person is going to be so demanding and not understanding now. That's not the case. But because you need to do all of that to get the best out of it, or to get what God wants you to get out of it. So now that you have seemingly free time, in quotes, use it well. Use it to get stable. Do everything you can, legal and godly, of course. Do all that you can to make sure that you are walking in the direction of purpose. This is not the time to engage in the wrong things. It's not the time to waste your time and then you're doing God when, you're always crying and you're always depressed. This is not the time. Put yourself together, right? This is the time to build yourself up. See, yes, we are all looking for Mr. and Mrs. Right. I'm sorry, Mr. and Miss Right. Yes, I get that. But you need to work first on being the right person. So I know that it's sounding cliche already. Be the right person, everybody's saying it. But you need to let it sink. Like, understand this, because being the right person is different for different people, as we are different. Do you understand? So you need to understand it, bring it to your life. How am I not the right person? How can I be the right person? Do I manage finances well? So we're talking about compatibility for the most of this month. Yes, you might want to. Yeah, I'm looking for somebody that's compatible. You look at yourself. Can somebody they used to say something? Can you love yourself? Look at yourself. Can you be in a relationship with yourself? Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you be in a relationship with yourself? Can you advise your friend to marry your kind? Do you understand? So we have to. This is the time. This time when we are free in quote. Free from all of the commitments, free from all of the responsibilities. Now is the time to actually invest in building yourself. And when I say building yourself, I'm not saying get invested in career so much that you don't even have time to look at a lady or to look at a guy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying yes, invest in career, very important. You need to be stable financially to build a relationship. This is not a matter of all the girls out there, they are money seeking. Let's drop all of those mentality, and they are not helping you in any way. Do you want to be poor? Do you want to be married and then bring somebody into your life and you guys are suffering poverty? No, now. So let us focus on the right things, all right? This is the time to be stable in your finances. This is the time to be stable in your emotions. This is the time to be stable in your spiritual devotion, your work with God, your fellowship. This is the time to seek God more than ever before. This is the time to build up yourself. The Bible says, build up yourself in your most holy faith. This is the time to build up yourself in your faith. This is the time to engage in activities that bring profitable returns. Enough of wasting time. You can do all the you want in this world, as in go to Bella Nigeria and be checking weddings every Saturday and be already picking color for Ashwebi and all of that, contacting your friends self that you be my Ashwebi lady, so that is fine. But basic, make sure that you are spending your time right. You are working in a job you don't really like, things are not looking okay, things are not looking up, it's looking like God is has forgotten you, as in and marriage and any other thing, God is not coming through. How about you take a step back and seek the face of God first? Like, know what God wants you to do at this time of your life and do it. For some of us, this time of our life is a time to build trust in God, to build dependence on God. For me, for example, I'm feeling the very great need to build total. It feels like there's something coming up ahead that I would not be able to handle. And God is saying, this time, Dami, build dependence. Just rely. Just rest. Like, you have no power, you have nothing, you cannot do anything, you are the most lazy, the most vulnerable, the most weak, the most incapable person, and then God is all that you have. And for some of us, it's a time like that. It's a time to build trust in God. It's a time to build yourself up. If you are still in this century and era, if you are still lazy about, you don't have a job, you don't have something you're doing, you don't have a skill, you don't have anything you're developing at, my darling, you need to really wake up, especially if you're a guy. See, I'm not even going, this is not a matter of you're going to be the head of a home, of a family, all right? And there is we cannot say it enough that you have to be a responsible man, all right? So now is the time. Leave friendships that are not helping you. Invest in relationships. I cannot even say this enough. Invest in relationships. Leave friendships that are not helping you. Network, connect with people, do the right things. This is the time to do all of that. So I've said a lot, but yes, I mean, this is that time. Yeah. And as much as we face once or twice triggers like this and we feel like, oh God, what am I doing? What are you doing in my life? Never forget that there is a time for you. And even though according to your calculation you might be looking late, it's never late. There's a song that says, when it's 4 days late, it's still on time. I mean, it has to do with the story of Lazarus in the Bible. Jesus came 4 days after. Lazarus was already dead. He was even already smelling. But Jesus was still able to do that miracle of bringing him back to life. So he's still right on time. I don't know who this is for. I don't even know. I was almost giving up on recording this. I felt like it does not make sense. What was this? I've never actually gone this way before with my episode. Well, I believe that God wants me to put this out there because, God wants me to definitely put it out there for someone. So, and I hope that person is you, and that you are taking a note, and that you are deciding to make that turn around and actually invest in the right things. And when you are faced with situations that want to make you shake, you are able to remember that it is the best time for you, and that this time is just the free time for you to actually invest in yourself so that you get the best out of it. All right, so this is it. And then one thing I want to say also is that in the midst of those moments when you are downcast, be mindful of who you actually share your experience with. Be mindful of who you talk to about it. Don't take that gist or that situation to somebody that will amplify it and make you feel the worst. Take it to somebody that will charge you up and make you feel like, oh, it's not the end of the world, there is more, there is time, God's time is the best. And not motivational quotes and pitches, no, that's what I'm saying, but somebody that will help me to see what is actually worthy of saying. All right, I trust that this bless you. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube, I think I said that before, but please subscribe. Thank you for listening, and I trust that you have a great weekend. Happy Good Friday, by the way. Well, we already know, if you don't know the essence of all of this, we are not just taking holidays just because we want to rest from work. I know that's what it is to a lot of people, but the essence, Jesus died and resurrected so that you might have life. And it's because of this life that you have hope, that even though you are not married now, you're not in a relationship, nothing is looking like it, nobody is liking you, you're not seeing, you're not even having money and all of that, is this life of Christ that gives us the hope that those things, they are definitely going to get to us. We are going to get them. We are going to have beautiful marriages. We are going to have a beautiful family. We are going to be comfortable. We are even going to be able to lend to others. The Bible says we'll lend to others and we will not borrow. That is the plan of God for our life. And it's because of the life that Jesus gave through his death that we can enjoy all of this. So as you enjoy your holiday, put this at the back of your mind and bask in the love of God. Thank you. See you next week. Stay loved, stay beautiful, stay happy. Very important. Bye, guys.